Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm dear darling. I shall see what's going on our lovely island of Fawnhallow today, where hopefully my voice is still clear and stuff. I actually didn't realise, but I was looking at some of my past videos, namely Paradise Killer, because I needed to remind myself where I was, and I was like, whoa, you're going to like straight up just hear static in the background of my mic. So I turned down the gain a little bit, and it looks like the volume's still fine, so apologies if it's not. But yeah, like, I don't really want static in my background. We want crystal clarity. Hello there, everyone. Right now in Fawnhallow, it's 12:15 PM on Saturday, June 29th, 2024. Almost July. Yeah, how are we all doing? We're doing, are we having a nice time? We're relaxing. I'm going to be probably doing a lot of drawing today. I recorded some Paradise Killer. Paradise Killer has finished. It hasn't finished as a series yet. Because I'm going to do some other things, but the main story of it is finished now. I'm not going to talk about it in this episode. I'm just letting you know. I'll talk about it in a future episode when the series is actually done, as per usual. When it comes to finishing off series, I always talk about it. I tried to talk about it in the day after, except for one of them. I can't remember. Someone reminded me later, but I was like, oh, you never actually spoke about this game in Animal Crossing, and I was like, oh yeah. Maybe it was like Little Nightmares 2 or something. I don't remember. Anyway, what I'm going to talk about today is a very exciting thing, which I've been saying for ages. But I've been saying, like, this entire time, that I needed a new desk chair. Because the one I had was one taken from a random office. Like when I was like 10 or something, when my mum's office, and they were like giving away chairs or something. And that's when I had it. And then I've just been using that same chair forever. And then, like, over the past, like, few months or so, somehow a hole, like, got caught into it. I think it must have been from like just wear and tear, and also the fact that sometimes I sit cross-legged on my chair. Bad thing, don't do that. And like my toenail maybe like tore up some of the cloth. So basically there was like a hole in the chair where the stuffing didn't exist anymore, like underneath my right thigh, where it would usually go, and it was like pretty rough on my thigh. And then also, like, I was just like, I feel like I'm slouching so much now when I'm in front of a desk. Like one of the days I was like, whoa, hold a minute, there's like a pain in my back, and I'm like, okay, that's it, I gotta get myself a desk chair. And then I basically put it off for like 4 months or something, where I basically didn't actually get a desk chair, being like, oh yeah, I need to get one. And then, you know, randomly I was just sort of checking around, being like, okay, let's actually try and find what desk chair I want. I knew that I was like, okay, this is the time to splurge, because I sit on a desk chair so long. Like, when like my work, I need to be sitting in a desk chair. When I recreationally play games and stuff, that's also on a desk chair. So I was like, this is the time to splurge. What is a good brand? Herman Miller. That's sort of like the go-to brand for like quality desk chairs. And am I saying that you need to purchase a Herman Miller if you want to have like good back support? No, of course not. If anything, I think people say that Herman Miller, it's sort of like you get diminishing returns with, as I understand it, with how much you spend. And Herman Miller sort of just goes like, it's like the best you can get, but like the amount you have to pay is not necessarily worth it for you. But for me, I'm like, it is going to be worth it for me, because like, just like I would spend a lot of money on a bed mattress or something, I use a chair all the time. It's important. To be fair, I still didn't get the most expensive Herman Miller chair. I was looking at like reviews, and I liked basically the look of this one called the Mirror, I think it was called. I like the sort of like adjustable back support. I can't remember exactly what I liked about it, but it looked like the best balance of things to me. From like the reviews I said, and also felt like it wasn't super excessive. And when I looked on the Herman Miller site like recently, like last week or so, and it was like, oh, there's a sale right now, 15% off. It's like £800 or something. You might be like, why didn't you buy like a new one, or a refurbished, a used one from eBay or something? And I was like, I feel like the 12-year warranty is probably worth it for like something like this. That's my opinion. I know it's more expensive as well by buying directly through the site, but still. When it comes to big purchases, I don't want to play around, right? So Herman Miller, if any, the mirror chair I bought, if anything, it's not the most expensive Herman Miller chair. The most expensive ones were like £1,000 or something, 1,500 or something. And I was like, I know I was saying this is the time to splurge. Maybe this is not the point in my life to splurge. Maybe when I'm like 30 something, I'm like, okay, I'll buy the £1,500 one. But I was like, I'm gonna buy just like a good quality one, and I'm sure it'll be fine as well, right? Plus, I didn't really know the difference, but I don't know, like, something about the mirror one appealed to me. The fact that it has, like, these sloping down armrests, which mean I can pull basically right up to my desk like this, because I like to sit very close to my desk. It was a thing which really annoyed me with my previous chair, is that for the armrest to be at the right height, they would, like, get blocked by the desk. Like, I couldn't actually use them as armrests because they get blocked, and I couldn't, like, pull myself forward, and I was like, this sucks. So I was like, that one is a big plus. It also has like this like foldable thing at the front where like if I want to sit further back in my chair, I can like pull this up and down just to make sure that like it's not resting completely against like the inner crevice of my knee area. So that's basically why I bought it. And the thing that people I saw mainly complaining about it, there were two things, and one of them was the fact that the plastic back, not plastic back, but whatever the sort of shape of back is, wasn't always super comfortable. But I bought the version with like a mesh on it. And I was like, okay, this is pretty good. And the other thing I saw is that the armrests don't come in enough. But like, if you're you have to be quite wide, I suppose, to naturally rest your arms on them. And that one I actually think is a little bit true. Like, I'm not like super wide or anything. I'm quite tall. Average wide width, I guess. I don't really know. But even these armrests, like if I let my arms naturally rest, like if I put them directly next to the side of my body, they don't reach the armrest. If I let them sort of like naturally fall, the outer parts kind of reach the armrest. So it is the sort of thing where I'm like, you know, this is me moving the armrest into the minimum like width distance. I can't even imagine like on the widest width distance. Like this is so uncomfortable. Like we feel like we're going so far. Like this chair would be so perfect if they just like the armrest went in a bit more, but you can move them so much. I'm like surprised like how much you can move. Like I shift them forward, shift them back, tilt them inwards, and I'm just like, I don't know if I'd use all of these. So most of the time I just sort of have them tilted inwards so my arms can sort of like naturally rest on them. But yeah, honestly it's great. Like I feel my back is so supported. It has like this lumbar support thing where you can adjust the tightness and like where exactly it supports you on the lumbar region. So you know you can activate that. I guess what I got to get used to is actually like using these settings on the fly. Like there's like a backwards, a lean lock, which basically you can like set the angle of how far backwards you'll be allowed to lean before it, like the chair physically stops you. But with a Herman Miller chair, you can actually go really far back. Like right now, I'm like 140 degrees or something backwards. It's pretty crazy. So I have it on the middle option, which means I can go back to about 130ish or so, which is pretty nice. I don't know if you care about this at all, but I don't know, I like it. And it's really fun just sort of like rocking back and forth on the chair, especially when I'm thinking about something. I'll just go, and I start just like leaning backwards and rocking. And I don't know if it's just because it's an expensive chair as well, but I feel like I am sitting better in it. I mean, part of it I'm sure is because of the design of the chair, but part of it's also because that maybe now I'm more conscious about the way I'm sitting. In my previous chair, I would just sort of sit like whatever, but in this chair, you know, making an effort to make sure my back doesn't have any issues in the future. So yeah, I don't know, a new desk chair, Herman Miller, would recommend if you have the money to spend. If you don't, then you know, try some of the other brands out there, because I didn't really do much research into the brands. Maybe I should have. I was just kind of like, I know I want a Herman Miller. Well, actually, I mean, I've done research over the years, and people are just like, Herman Miller is the one, isn't it? So yeah, I don't know what else to say. It's a good chair, not a gaming chair. I knew for certain I did not want to get a gaming chair. Like even, I mean, if you don't know, gaming chairs are generally not great for back support. Like some of them are fine. I think they're probably getting like better, but like they're kind of more the aesthetic of anything. But I'm going to be honest, I don't like the aesthetic of gaming chairs all that much. It's not really my sort of thing, I would say. But it's like, if you want it, I guess, and it's, you know, you can find one which supports your back pretty well. Who am I to stop you? But yeah, so like I've got a supported back now. I don't know, it's just really fun rocking back and forth. I'm sure the novelty of it will wear off eventually, but just like, whee, going back and forth is really fun. It actually had a bit of a scare. Oh, actually, there was two weird things about this. One, the chair came like fully assembled. I thought I would have to assemble it, but they delivered it, and it was just like this huge box, and I was like, whoa, okay. I was a little bit worried, and then I opened up the box, and the chair was already done, and I was like, oh, okay. Well, I mean, I guess that's nice. I don't really have anything against assembling stuff, you know, like IKEA furniture. I don't find it really that tedious. If anything, it can be a little bit fun. And so I'm doing a thumbnail at the same time. I think it can be a little bit fun. Oh, this is a terrible colour to choose. But at the same time, it's sort of like I guess I understand the convenience of it as well. That's like good posture. Sorry, this doodle on the YouTube thumbnail. Crazy. Nonsensical. Okay. It's not really nonsensical, but you'll see. I mean, you've already seen it. It's just like, I don't know. It's convenient, I suppose. But then, like, I was like they give you a booklet and they tell you how to set up like each part of the chair to make sure it's adjusted exactly ergonomically to what it should be. Like, oh, the height. But I didn't realize the height of a chair should be exactly such that your like the upper part of your leg and your lower part of your leg are at right angles, such that your feet are flat on the floor. I don't know what. I guess my previous chair I always put it quite high because I always tried to get the armrest at the same height of the table. But I didn't realize that was what you were meant to do. But there was a little bit of a spooky part where I was just like, oh, I was trying to lift up the chair. I was trying to do the adjustment for it, and like it wasn't going up because obviously like you don't sit on the chair and you like pull up the hydraulic thing and it's meant to like start rising. It just wasn't doing anything, and I was like, oh no, I had to return my chair I just got and it's all broken. But then I googled it, and then people were just like, oh yeah, the first time you do it you just had to like manually pull up the chair and then it works fine. And now it does work fine, so all's good. If you run into that exact same problem, that's how you solve it. Manually pull up the chair the first time you try and do the hydraulic lift part of it or whatever. Also, a big warning saying that, oh, you should never disassemble the chair. Like, only a licensed expert or something should ever try to see inside the chair or whatnot. But then, like, a lot of things I saw online was just like, oh yeah, you need to look inside just to make sure that the string or something is like hooked on properly, like the mechanism's working. And I was like, all right, well, I'm not going to do that. Well, luckily I don't need to do that. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. I've only had it for a couple of days. It's been like 4 or 5 days, I think now. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. If you can tell by my voice, I'm rocking back and forth. It also has this feature where apparently you can like rock forward or something, but I couldn't figure out how it works very well. It's like you bring this part up or down, I forget. Down? It's like you bring it down and you recline, and then you let go, and now it pulls you forward or something? Or is it, no, you recline, you put it down, and now, oh yeah, now you can go forward. I actually got it working. And now I'm like leaning forward more intensely, and if I want to lock it again, I recline, put it up, and it's back to sort of 90 degrees. It kind of feels like you're on like a booster seat or something, like you're on a roller coaster, just like starting to go over the edge or something, which is interesting, certainly. I don't know what else to say. It's just like a new chair, a new desk chair. Spin it around. This one actually rolls pretty well on carpet as well, because the room I'm in right now is carpeted, compared to my previous chair, which did not roll very well anymore. To be fair, I'm going to give credit to my previous chair. It was an old chair, and it was just like some random standard brand. So, it was doing its best, certainly. I think the thing that annoyed me most about my old chair is the fact that the hydraulic height I wanted it at, it would never stay at, because the hydraulic was like slightly broken on it. So it like slowly sink down every single time. Anyway, what's happening in life and in my Gacha games? Project Sakai new event. It's been announced. The Bloom Festival cards look pretty cool. I can't believe Vivid Bad Squad are getting literally another limited event. The last limited event was a Vivid Bad Squad event, I think. Project Sakai events, right? Because the last one was Anne's one, which is crazy. Oh no, last one was a wedding one. I forgot about the wedding one. And one before that was literally Vivid Bad Squad again. So, good luck to you if you're a Vivid Bad Squad fan. What other games? Genshin and Honkai, nothing's really happening yet. I don't know, to be honest. My leg is itchy, I can tell you that much. Just trying to think. Oh well, doesn't really matter. Shiny colours, new banner out. Did actually manage to get the support card very quickly this time. Yeah, I don't know, and just sort of vibing afterwards. Like, I could record a lot of videos. I still need to have all of July done. I've done up to like July 22nd or something. So if anything, I need like half a week's more of the videos. But I've got today, tomorrow, and the day after. I guess I'll be drawing, so I probably don't have a day after. But recording only 2 videos compared to like 5 videos or something is still pretty decent, I think. Wait, do I have enough? 1, 2. So I need to record 2 more Paradise Killer videos. Talos Principle, I need to record a lot more actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okami, I need to record 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 12 more videos. Of which today maybe I'll record like 6. Tomorrow maybe I'll record like 4. I mean, it'll just be 2 more. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, I'm not gonna wrap this episode up here. It's only been 16 minutes. What else can I talk about? Chairs are just good. Actually, remembering the chair I had before my previous chair, so my previous chair, I remember it was a blue one. It was a very terrible one. No back support whatsoever. It was basically just like 2 foam things. Just like stuck together. Almost like an egg chair sort of thing, but it's not an egg. I still remember that chair. Don't remember when I switched, to be honest. What chair did I have before that? Great question. I don't think I had my own personal chair before that. But that blue one I remember, the one from before, because I had a blue desk as well, a very small, tiny desk, which had like a tray underneath, which I used to pull out to do the keyboard thing until it broke one day because like the ball bearings got stuck or something and got oiled up. I don't know. I remember I used to do that. So maybe the next thing to upgrade would be the desk, but I don't know. This desk is pretty good, to be honest. The only thing that kind of sucks about it is, again, I can't get my monitor stand to clip onto the back of it. It has to be on the front, which is a little bit inconvenient, but so be it. If anything, it might make sense for my monitor stand to be over this side, on my left, and then like my computer setup be on the curved part here. Maybe that doesn't make sense. I don't know. If anything, it would be nice to have a very sort of big desk at some point too. Big long desk. Or maybe I would get like instead of monitor, I'd get like new monitors and I'd get like a wall stand or something for them. I think that could potentially be the next upgrade, but that's a ways off. I'm not really in need for that right now. Anyway, now I'm going to round this episode off here because I don't really have anything to talk about. So if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Dear Darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares, greatly appreciated. Socials, Discord down below. Hope we see each other again, but for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye bye for now.